Hello everybody, Nick DeTiro here. As you work more and more with zyBooks, you're going to discover ways you can navigate to the book more efficiently. I want to show you just one way that I navigate the book when I practice the labs as a student. There's an old saying, a fish doesn't know they're wet, meaning as an instructor, sometimes I will go into zyBooks as an instructor and they basically give me entire keys to the kingdom. But I try to practice all the things in zyBooks also as a student, which means I use the Ultra Student View. And what that affords me to do is it affords me to go into the zyBooks as a student without any special privileges. So I want to demonstrate an interesting way that you can navigate through the materials. For today's demonstration, I'm going to be using the programming logic course. So again, if whatever course you're in, it's going to basically be the same. You will notice that I can go the traditional way where I can navigate to these individual zyBook situations. Let's say hypothetically, I'm working on the participation activities for module 2. If I click on it and I launch it, you see I've already begun to start it a little bit here. And if I launch it, and it takes me to that section. Now, what if I'm currently working on a different section? These links will always take you to the top of the section. Some of these sections could be 10, 15, almost 20 subsections long. Is there a way that I can navigate around zyBooks without always having to go here? Yes. One way is I can go up to here, this table of content, and I can try to find where I'm at. But there's also another way. If you don't want to go through this way and say you're working on the chapter or you're partially through the chapter, again, completely acceptable, I go to Gradebook. And inside Gradebook, it shows me my current grades. You can see that for participation activity 2, I'm at 8.85. For challenge activity, I'm at 12.77. I can click straight from the Gradebook. If I click on this, this is going to take me to zyBooks, right? We've seen this, but it's going to give it a second here. It's still taking me to the top of the sheet. Now, what I can do is I can go right up to the book title. Remember, we have the zyBooks, the My Library, the book title, and the section that you're in or subsection you're in. If I click the book title, over on this side, you'll notice that it's showing me my running total of things. Now, I skipped over a section, but let's say I wanted to, you see I finished 2.2. Let's say I wanted to go immediately to identifiers. I don't recommend you skipping over sections, but I was just testing some things here. So I can say, okay, I need to go to identifier 3. And I can walk through this material, which is a valid. Okay, I'll do it real quick. Yep, that one looks good. This one's still valid, even though you're using double space here. Invalid. Third place, invalid. Invalid. Oh, no, I got that one wrong. Third place, that one's invalid. This one's invalid. Very tall, also invalid. All right, so I went through the participation activities. Now, let me show you what I do just to make sure, we've talked about this in other videos, just to make sure that these grades are going back to Blackboard. I go back here, go back to the book, and you can see for 2.3, I'm now done with 9 of 14 participation points, and I can say submit to Blackboard. And if I go back to content, sometimes the screen needs a little bit of refreshing. You can see that my score is now tallying. So recently, when I go to zyBooks as a student, I tend to go to the Gradebook. I go over there. I find the sections I'm still working on, launch those sections, and then when I come back, I submit the stuff back to Blackboard. And there's all this stuff takes maybe a half minute to minute to do. And it's, to me, as a student, when I go in as a student, it's far more efficient because I'm not going to complete an entire section all at once. And I don't always want to go to the top of the section, especially if I'm halfway done, then I got to kind of scroll through there. So again, go to the section real quickly here in real time. go to the book title, go to whatever section you're working on, and continue work. So a little bit more efficient in a study method. We're not always starting at the top and having to scroll through, or we don't have to keep notes over here, padded note. If you look on my desk here, I have pads of paper because I keep a lot of notes, and it just going to probably make your life a little more efficient. If you know a better way or you find a better way, let me know and I'll test it out. And if it's worth a video or two, that would be great. So with that being said, hey, let's go out and learn something.